So I've had a fantastic question, which is, how do I make sure that my children from a previous relationship are protected if I remarry? That's a really great question, and it's a common issue that we have with so many clients because, of course, blended families are just a common part of life now. And the first answer is that absolutely we can make sure that our loved ones are provided for in the right and safe way, but we have to just make sure that we have the right planning in place. Many people, when you're dealing with blended families, want to achieve two things. They want to make sure that their new spouse is financially looked after and provided for the rest of their lives, but they also want to make sure that their wealth that they've brought to that new marriage is protected to ultimately go down to their children and their beneficiaries from their previous marriage. And that's absolutely normal and a natural thing that everyone wants to do. The key thing to understand is if we have those two objectives, then a basic will that simply leaves everything to the surviving spouse and then down to the children is probably not going to be sufficient, because our new spouse will be able to rewrite their will in favor of their children, or also if our new spouse ultimately remarries again in the future, our wealth might end up being dissipated and being watered down and not end up with the people that we intended our wealth to go to. So in order to make sure that in blended families we have really robust protective planning, we need to think about using things like protective trusts. Now, trust can seem like a really complex subject, but for now, I just want you to think of a trust as like a safety deposit box, something that you can put assets into that only you and your approved loved ones can access. And it stops other people from being able to access those assets, whether it's for things like divorces, relationship breakdowns, remarriages, inheritance tax, or care fee planning. So trusts are a really powerful tool that we can use to make sure that all of those goals and objectives are achieved. Now, we have lots more information on our website about this, so I would encourage you to look at our wills, trust and estate planning webinar. And you can also find lots of blog articles on this information as well. You can also contact us at Redwood if you want to have a complimentary 15-minute call back with one of our advisors, so we can understand a bit more about your circumstances and your needs and what kind of planning would be best for you. The key thing is what I would say is that with a blended family, though, you can't just make the assumption that a basic will is going to be sufficient to achieve what you want to do and protect your loved ones. So that's it for me in terms of answering this question for now, but I look forward to answering more of your questions shortly.